Hey everybody, welcome to Figure Feedback. My name is Jeremy, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can take a very basic but cool looking 3D printed figure and make it look really awesome. And the best part about it is you don't need to be an artist to do it. You don't need to get a lot of paintbrushes. You don't have to learn any really fancy techniques. It's something so simple. Anyone can do it. And even if you have kids, you can have them help you with that as well. So by the time you're done, you'll be able to take something that looks really gray but detailed like this and turn it into something that looks more like an old statue, just like this. So the main subject of this video is going to be this Mimir bust from God of War Ragnarok. Now I got this on printables.com. I'll leave a link in the description. And the creator of this, Photis Mint, has a lot of really nice looking busts there on that page, and you'll be able to download them and print them off on your 3D printer of choice. In this case, I'm using a resin 3D printer, the Anycubic Photon Mono 4K. This bust took 9 hours to print, but once it was done, I only needed to do a couple more steps in order to give it this look. So let me show you exactly what you need to do to get something like this onto your shelf and have people look at it and say, that looks pretty cool. Step number 1, prime the print. You can use yourself a black spray can primer just like me and make sure that you got full coverage all the way around. This next step is optional, but I decided to paint the little gold accents inside of Mimir's right eye with a little bit of metallic gold paint. And lastly, I use this product called Rub and Buff, and all you need to do is dab a little bit on your finger or on a cloth or something like that and rub it all around the figure. It's going to grab onto those raised areas and it's going to highlight them, and it's going to give it this really awesome metallic finish. And in this case, I wanted it to look like a worn old statue. So Rub and Buff is the secret sauce with something like this. And trust me, you do not need to use a lot of this in order to get good coverage. Like literally a tiny little dab will cover a pretty good surface. And if you have a model that has a lot of printed detail on it, it really helps to bring out those details in the raised areas like Mimir's beard. It really came out well on Mimir's beard, and it brings out some of the text that's written on his head and some of the symbols that's right there on his horns as well. Flatter areas like Mimir's bald head, those would tend to get really drenched in this Rub and Buff, so you have to be a little bit careful, maybe even wipe off a little bit onto a paper towel before you really start going to town. But that's the whole thing. It doesn't matter, because when you're going for a look like this, it doesn't have to be perfect, because if this were really an old statue that was sitting around for hundreds and hundreds of years, it's going to look something like this. So putting this on your shelf as a decoration or perhaps as a bookend will really be a great way for you to spruce up things that you print on your 3D printer, but you don't have the time or don't have the patience or just don't have the desire to paint it up with a bunch of colors. So that's it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I am so into 3D printing right now, and this is not going to be the last video I do about it. So if you want to see more 3D printed related things, or just action figures in general, statues and all that other good stuff, be sure to subscribe to this channel, Figure Feedback, because there is certainly a lot more coming. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.